Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Boynton. I'm coming to you for lesson 23. And all the words that we talk about today will be from or about Aunt Flossie's hats and crab cakes later. Now, if you remember, Aunt Flossie has a whole bunch of hats. Let me read to you this page, part of it. It says, hats, 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 hats. A stiff black one with bright red ribbons. A soft brown one with silver buttons. Thin floppy hats that hide our eyes. Our first vocabulary word for today is floppy. And floppy means soft and hanging down loosely. So floppy and stiff are antonyms. That means they are opposite from each other. Aunt Flossie has some stiff hats that stand straight up and floppy hats that hang down loosely and hide her eyes. Let's talk about some other things that are floppy. Some people like to wear floppy sweatshirts. They're big and they're loose and they're soft and baggy. Some people wear floppy pants that hang down loosely and are not tight to the body. Maybe you own a floppy teddy bear like this one. It's really loose and the arms and legs hang down. And here's the last floppy thing I want to show you. It's so cute. Some dogs have floppy ears. Is that not the cutest dog you've ever seen? Aww. It's a floppy-eared dog. Sometimes you can make your body floppy, like your head or your arms or your legs. So that would be the opposite of stiff. So let's try it. Make your whole body very stiff. Everything's tight and standing up. Okay, now make your head and your arms and your legs floppy. Make everything soft and hanging down loosely. Relax all your muscles. Floppy, soft and hanging down loosely is what it means. Okay, now if you remember, in this story, Aunt Flossie's hats help her recall things that have happened in her life. So the next word we're going to learn is recall. Now here's a funny thing. The manual, the teaching manual, says I should teach you now how to use a dictionary to look up the word recall. And I think that's hilarious! In case you don't know, a dictionary is this big fat book and it has tons of words in it and it tells you what the words mean. And all the words are in alphabetical order and you have to look really hard to find the word you're looking for and it's not always there. And you don't always have one close by and they're big and clunky and heavy. They're becoming a new word that I haven't taught you called obsolete. Obsolete is something that's kind of getting older and you don't really need it anymore to get done what you need to get done. Do you know what we have instead so we don't need a dictionary? Let me show you. If you want to find out what a word means, an easier way would be to get online and go to a dictionary.com. At dictionary.com, if you wanted to know what recall meant, you wouldn't have to turn hundreds of pages. You could just type in the word recall and then press the button and the definition would pop up. Or if you have a phone nearby, you can ask Siri. You can say, what does recall mean? And then Siri will look in her dictionary and she'll tell you several definitions for the word recall. You don't need to look in a dictionary to find out what a word means. Okay, so let's look at dictionary.com and see what it says. Here's the word recall right here. And here's what it says. Recall is a verb. It says to bring back from memory, recollect, or remember. So that means recall and remember are synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean nearly the same thing or exactly the same thing. So recall means remember. So what does Aunt Flossie recall? Well, the hats bring back good memories and also bad memories. So she recalls when there was a fire in her city. That was kind of a bad thing she recalled. She also recalled good things. In this part of the story, Aunt Flossie recalls going to a big parade where people cheered and shouted. Here's what I want you to think about. What is a good time that you recall in your life, and why was it a good time? Let me think about my life. One thing that I recall that was a good time was one of the times I got together with my friends. It was when I turned 40, and we played knocker soccer. It was such a good time because I had family there, I had friends there, I had my soccer teammates there, and we were running and bumping into each other, so I recall it was a really good time. Okay, now we're going to look back at this page about the fire again and look for another vocabulary word. Here's what it says. The big fire, Aunt Flossie said. The big fire in Baltimore. Everything smelled of smoke for miles around, for days and days. Big fire. Didn't come near our house on Center Street, but we could hear fire engines racing down St. Paul, horses' hooves clattering, bells, whistles. Your great-grandma and I couldn't sleep. Our last word today is clatter. And clatter means bang together or rattle noisily. So in the story, it says that horses' hooves were clattering because back then the fire engines were pulled by horses, and so their hooves were banging noisily on the street as they pulled the fire engine. Let me show you some other things that clatter. If you were putting dishes away, that might be a time where you would hear some clattering because the dishes would knock into each other. Also, if you had a pencil box full of pencils and you put the lid on and you shook that box, you would hear pencils clattering as they bumped into each other in the edges of the box. Okay, it's time to get your sticky note ready. We're going to play a game. You need to put your name on your sticky note in number 1 through 4. Pause the video until you have your sticky note ready to go. Don't forget your name. The game we are going to play is called Clatter or Not Clatter. I'm going to say some things that happen, and you have to decide if that experience would make a clatter or would it not clatter. Here we go. Number 1, roller skates going over a bumpy sidewalk. Do roller skates clatter? Think about that. Then for number 1, you need to decide, are you going to write clatter or not clatter? For the roller skates, write one of these 2 phrases, clatter or not clatter. And I want you to spell it correctly because it's right on the screen, right in front of you. Pause the video if you need more time. When you're ready, we'll go on to number 2. Number 2. How about this? When Gus got out the toy basket, he was looking for a certain toy and he dumped the whole basket out in the kitchen. Do you think there was a clatter or did it not clatter? Write your answer for number 2. Clatter or not clatter. Write one of those 2 things next to number 2 on your sticky note. Pause the video if you need more time. All right, we're moving on to number 3. How about this? A feather floating to the ground. Would the feather clatter or not clatter? Write your answer for number 3 on your sticky note. Clatter or not? Pause the video if you need more time to write clatter or not clatter. Okay, now we're moving on to number 4. How about this? Coins in someone's pocket as they run. Clatter or not clatter? Write it for number 4. Remember, clatter is the new word we're learning that means bang together or rattle noisily. Next lesson, we'll talk more about the words we learned today. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to put your sticky note in the sticky spot. Okay, bye now.